Do you guys know the Fresh and Fit guys? We're massive fans.
We're huge fans.
I love them.
Subscribed for years.
Bro, we based all our lifestyles on these guys.
Yep.
We're kind of red pill boys, dude.
You don't know who they are.
I completely agree with everything that
I actually don't know who they are. What do they do?
Okay, Bart, so these Fresh and Fit boys are mainly known for helping dudes get over chicks.
Helping me.
Okay.
So that they know, because girls are trying to trick you when they're trying to get you in a relationship. They're just trying to use you for your money and stuff
Trying
like
to drain
that.
your bank accounts.
And so now you know that, and now it's time to do something about
Is
it.
it from that school of thought where like all chicks are bitches, they're all gold diggers, they're good for nothing, and they're just there
They're
to
they're basically like modern feminism is bullshit. Let me tell you what it really is like and why guys today have it so hard. And then like they're in Miami, so that to me that's like a Miami club scene thing, and it's so they have all these club girls there that aren't that smart, and then they kind of slam dunk on them all day.
They're really mean.
They're really mean.
They're hella mean, dude.
But it's at the same time
They're kind of real.
the girls are kind of delusional too. So I'm just like, but it just seems like
cycle.
bullying.
there's like girls on the podcast too.
A ton. It's like 2 of those guys and like 30 girls.
Here.
It's like if The View kept having guests that were like idiot good-looking guys.
Yeah. And then they bring a lot of like
their
OnlyFans
structure.
models, and
Who
then,
also has very strong opinions on stuff that they disagree with.
Right.
Okay, YouTube, this is fair use. Fuck you guys, okay? Leave us alone.
Fuck you, algorithm.
Describe your dream, man. Go ahead.
Context, this is just a slice for Bart, okay?
but dude, this is like Jerry Springer to me. It's so funny.
Not to be shallow, but I want somebody who's
No, we know your. Go ahead. Tell me your word. God damn it.
of course,
Value yourself,
above
Queen.
6 foot,
Go ahead, Queen. Go ahead. Tell us what you deserve.
above 6 foot, respectful, generous,
All right. How much does he got to make a year for you annually? Bare minimum.
at least 6 figures.
Okay, 100,000 per year. Fantastic.
Just for marriage.
Kalyne, did you just get moted? Do you think you just got moted?
Yeah.
Because she said, what's that question? Like, as if the girls want, and then she's like, oh, these 6 figures. Did you
No,
get
because
moted?
that's his prompt to every single one of these girls. It's like he baits these girls into answering it in the way that he knows that they're going to answer him, because they select these girls personally for their structure.
You don't sound like a fan. She said she's a fan.
Yeah, I thought you watched a fucking show, dude.
Yeah. Let me go into fan mode.
We cut you in a lie again.
You said you're on their Patreon.
Yeah. I'm a big fan.
Okay, no worries.
What age?
Age range?
I'm 21. The max I'll go above me is 10 years max.
All right,
31.
It's pretty reasonable.
So
31?
That's the lowest you'll go.
Maybe like 2 years.
Okay, so
all right, so 23 to 31.
So we get it, right?
Yeah. So basically, it's just gender opinions and stuff.
Yeah,
And then, it's pretty interesting because I think they really make a lot of content for guys that are heartbroken because of whatever reason. They're single, they never got a girlfriend, or,
They make a lot of generalizations.
yeah, they make a lot of generalizations. I mean, they do want to fight against modern feminism, but to me, it's like this different side of the same coin. Extremism on the left and the right, and it's just too much identity bullshit,
Yeah. And there's there's like one guy, three guys?
There's 2 guys on that one, and then there's this whole thing called like red pilling. Red pilling is like you know Matrix, right? You have the blue pill and the red pill. You wake up, and then they're talking. It's all the Andrew Tate and that kind of world, where it's like men be men, and then don't deal with this woke feminism shit, and then like woke feminism hurt
Like
society.
traditional values
Yeah.
on the extremes.
They take things, like small things, and they turn them into narratives about bigger things. And now it's being done to them. So these are pictures of Myron Gaines, who is one of the Fresh and Fit guys, and now people are saying that this guy's gay. Allegedly, I don't think he's gay, maybe, but he might be.
So where?
The one on the right?
The black dude?
Yeah.
And then
Damn, he's having a threesome?
that's him in a hotel room with the dude.
He looks very different.
Yeah. No, it looks like him.
So why is he giving advice on chicks if he likes dudes?
I don't know.
So this came out, everyone's like, this guy's gay.
This came out, and now people are taking the small information and blowing it up into this.
It's kind of funny. That's
It
kind
kind of
of.
serves him right, dude. It serves him right. Everybody got to get dunked on a little bit.
Hey, I feel like we all have photos like that too.
Take yourself too seriously sometimes, then this would insult you. I think most of us would be like, this is incredible.
Yeah.
I feel like Bart has one with like Josh lip to lip.
What?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like Bart has a fucking million of these pictures.
This guy's kissed me on the lips tons of times.
Bart was just rolling around with Nick like 2 hours ago.
That's jiu-jitsu. That's not the same.
It looks the same.
That's Brazilian culture.
Yeah. You wouldn't understand, dude.
Yeah.
I like watching a lot of this shit though, because it's like my Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
To see like the funniest like thoughts, you know, it's just hilarious to me.
So he's come out and said those are taken out of context, which I don't think you should do.
Yeah, you can't say
You
that.
should have been like, hell yeah, I'm
Opened up
gay.
the door.
Boys can't love boys, dude.
Being defensive about that
That's funny.
is funny.
Yeah.
It's
That's
funny.
how you know you take yourself a little too
why
seriously.
are you so
Insecure, huh?
insecure, dude?
Yeah, insecure. Dude, I'll hug Bart right now with our shirts off right now, dude. No, I won't. Do it. I'm just kidding. I'm a little insecure about it. But no, they say some things about ladies in general where it's like they'll have thoughts about relationships and marriage, and these guys don't even sound like they've been in a long-term relationship.
No, that's the funny thing.
brag about that.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys in the space, right, that are giving hella advice, they're fighting for traditional values. None of them are traditional. None of them are married or have girlfriends. And even the girls in the space, they are actually the feminists that they talk about. Like, they run companies, they're single, they don't have a boyfriend, they're not submissive to men. They're like powerful women too. So I'm like, to me, that's kind of weird because you're not practicing what you're preaching. So how can you be a leader in that space? If they were like about that life, I would be really like, oh, that's cool, man. It's like you believe what you're preaching, but you're pretty much a hypocrite if you're not doing what you say like others should be doing. Like if you really are about traditional values, if you really are about the marriage, marrying young and all this stuff, then I'd like to see them actually do that.
What is traditional values anymore?
So they talk about like Ben Shapiro points.
Ben Shapiro's like, I'm married. I've been married to one woman. I've never been with anybody else. Have a lot of kids. Like this is completely different shit.
This shit is more like gender and dating and like, it's like more gender politics and like.
Well, when they talk about marriage, they're not talking about like it's in the positive for men to be married. It's a scam. It's a scam. That's their take. Like that's the red pill take on it.
Off you
That
and
it's actually more beneficial for women to get married than it is for the man, and that like a man to prove his love to a woman is essentially getting married to her because like he's sacrificing a lot more than the woman is. Just because of how, she could divorce him, take half the money. She has more leverage in that regard. Like that's the argument on that side as far as like the red pill.
And you use the big examples like Bezos getting cleaned out by his ex.
Yeah.
Getting cleaned the fuck out.
I feel like every episode they use the famous quote of like, you want to be a key that opens up all locks. You want to be that guy. Like that's a guy. That's the analogy of a guy. And a lock that gets opened up by a bunch of different keys. That's not very good. And that's what you ladies are. That's what he kind of talks shit to like all these girls that are around. And a lot of them are like some of them are like OnlyFans girls or
Most of them are like
Most
that.
of them are.
yeah.
That's the part that makes
And
it
he
hard.
dunks on them, dude. It's like he brings them on because they like what Kalyne was
It's an
saying.
easy
like,
dunk.
Yeah, they know that they're gonna say the same talking points of like, oh, I want a guy that has 6 figures and all this shit. They want a guy that's really wealthy, and so they could be like, see,
You're delusional.
yeah, you think you can get a guy like that? And it's just like, what is this, dude?
0.1% of men. Like you think you're the 0.1% of women?
Yeah,
That's always the.
What do you want to be a key for when you can be a locksmith?
you know what I'm talking about? Dude?
They do have good stats with that. It is true, but it is to shut down a person that doesn't have a thing to say back to you.
But it's also interesting,
Just be
right?
doing it to kids at a playground.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like kids arguing about dumb shit.
They do have certain guests, very rarely, like I think ABBA was on at one point, or Destiny was on at one point, and like the way that they approach them is completely different than some of these women because they can actually fire back with some questions or answers that actually put them through the loop, and they're like, oh shit, like my structure's getting completely tipped off the rail. So like those are always really funny because it's like they don't talk to these women the same way that they talk to some of these other guests that they have on, and they're primarily mostly men. It's just like it's an easy dunk. It goes right
It's
back.
entertaining, but it is bad if you're taking that as like, oh, that's my new credo. I'm gonna live like this.
But they have a big
To
following
me,
too.
it's the same thing as like going into a university and slam dunking on all these children. if you're a politician or so, you know when they do those Crowder ones or like, and then like people want to ask questions and they're like, oh, they got fucking owned and wrecked, and I'm like, of course they're like intellectually
stunted
kids still. They're still learning the world. They don't know shit. So like for me, like everyone has their set of ideology, beliefs, philosophy, whatever, and then you're gonna champion that thought. Cool, because that's what you believe in. But for me, it's like practice what you fucking preach. If this is who you are, is your life this way? This is like how I feel about limousine liberals and like fake ass conservative. It's like, do you really, like for me, I'm like, okay, Ben Shapiro, you're hilarious because you don't really. He has gay friends. He'll never go to their marriage. To me, that's just autistic as fuck. Like you're just not socially smart. But I do.
The fact that he thinks that being gay is just about like coming in coming buckets is so funny to me, because that just makes me think that like he's like, I know I would come, it's like where my G-spot is, I know that, but I'm not gonna do that.
But my point to that is at least he sticks to his beliefs and his lifestyle matches with what he's saying. So then even though I disagree, I'm like, this fool is living and walking his system of beliefs.
Right. And your argument doesn't fully crumble because you're being a hypocrite.
Exactly.
But these guys will have like they'll have an OnlyFans chick come on as a guest, and then they just yell at him the whole time.
Yeah.
But then it's like you're the kind of guy that pays for OnlyFans, but then you're just mad at that. You're mad that it exists.
Yeah.
That you are falling for it.
And also, I don't know any women that actually look at them as like Rico Suaves. Like I want to fuck them. They are like the alpha epitome of the room.
Yeah, probably.
They have like little incel energy.
Go to the show.
Yeah.
It is a cloud exchange.
We know the Miami chicks exist, right? We know that.
Yeah.
For sure, but
the Miami chicks.
It's definitely catered to that scene, maybe.
It is. I think it's catered to that frame of thought.
Yeah.
It's like I get what Crowder does by going to colleges. It's like he's trying to find the common sentiment and shut it down. He's like, oh, everyone who shares this now has a rebuttal and has to do better next time. But then this is like, if you're a good guy, you don't want a girl like that anyway. So why do you care what she thinks?
Yeah.
Right. Those rules don't apply. Yeah.
If you're a good dude, a good woman doesn't even have that life.
They don't start with stats on the guy that I like.
Yeah.
I get to know the guy first,
Right.
rather than just arbitrary.
And then everything
stats.
else is a bonus. You know?
Yeah, but they do have some very harsh good points. So sometimes.
Oh, for sure.
yeah.
But
A
like.
broken clock is right twice a day, right?
Yeah, but then you don't have to like they'll tell a girl like who she thinks like she wants this in a guy, but she has a kid already, and he's like, you realize a guy doesn't want you because you have a kid.
Yeah, you don't have value to bring.
And it is true, but holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
In the water.
Yeah.
On the flip side, though, it is kind of funny when they break down a delusional, overly confident, egotistical human being that's a narcissist. When you can clearly tell, she genuinely believes that like one day a billionaire Prince Charming is gonna like
Stop her and her 4 kids.
and then take her. And then I'm like, but what are you doing to actually align yourself to get that?
Yeah.
Well,
And the
And they're
chicks-
hella entitled. And I'm all like, I can't believe these girls
Kevin
exist.
Samuels used to do the same thing. He would find all these women that had that, and he would do that. But then this is the part that's weird: is when did it become our job to have to seek these women out and set them straight? It's not. You pass them by, and then you find someone else that you like. It's not. You don't stop and lecture them. Like you go,
know.
oh, these are your thoughts. They don't match mine.
Yeah,
well, you
very
know what?
fully
Good luck.
out.
Yeah. But we're not supposed to sit them down and be like, you're not worth it. You're not worth it. You're not worth it. Like.
And let's do the show for 3 hours.
It's also cathartic, right? So some people, like, say you're a short guy, and you watch these guys clown on this chick because she wants a 6'+ guy, and you get to sit there and watch this chick get like look like an idiot. But like, it really is just her preference.
Yeah.
Like she likes that.
But
like,
Is she
she's
gonna
a
end
bitch
up with
now.
one? Probably not.
Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
You never know.
They grow on trees in my house.
I just don't like kicking someone while they're down, while you masquerade as if it's helping them by setting them straight. All you're doing is just talking shit to someone because it feels good to you.
Yeah. It's like you get to shut down a girl who would not pay attention to you otherwise.
Right.
But it's like, well, who cares? You don't need to pay attention to them either. That's the thing.
And I'm wondering who is the audience like divorced men who are bitter? Because
There's
like
a lot of single men.
single men.
I think there's a lot of single men who
think guys
are
in
having
relationships are, like-
issues or angry guys who like maybe been turned down too many. Maybe that. I mean, I think it's a combination of like a bunch of people.
Like who's on next shark, Joe?
Yeah.
Inspirational Asians.
But that's the sad part is that the true answer really is the most boring one. It is like, hey, guess what? You don't even have to engage with anybody. Like you just have to find a person that matches you, and they might be nice. And if you're nice, great job.
And also, they're talking about like a very minute people. Like it's so specific, but they talk in general.
A classification of
Yes,
person.
thank you. Yeah, that's what it is.
Well, it's a lot of straw men.
If you watch that show long enough, you're gonna be like, I hate women too.